So my whole life, when I was growing up, I was a real skinny kid. Yeah, I know you can't tell now, but I was the skinniest kid, and my whole life, my family's goal was to put some meat on my bones. Well, I want them to say that in a belated fashion, it all worked out. But the whole thing about being a woman of substance, as I shall call myself, is that when I travel, I can't make the mistake of losing clothes or the airlines losing my clothes, right? So I was in Colombia, South America, a couple years ago, went down there to give a talk for a World Health Organization conference. So I'm there in Bogotá, which is lovely, and if you know anything about it, it's very high up, so I was dealing with altitude sickness. And then later we were going to an area, basically at the top of the world, where an indigenous group of people live. And they are a declining society because we're encroaching on their lands, and they're just not doing as well. But we wanted to go learn more about them. So in time to go, I was supposed to have the right clothes. I had the right clothes for the conference. When we got up to the top of the world, or on the way there, I recognized that I didn't have any pants. I didn't have any jeans. I didn't have any kind of digging around in the place. So I went to the mall. If you know anything about Bogotá, I think 7 million people live in Bogotá. It's like the equivalent of New York, or a little bit smaller than New York. I go to the mall. I'm looking for something to wear. You know what Colombians look like? Any Colombians in here? Y'all about this tall. Y'all about this big. So I went to the store, and I went around, and I was looking, and I was saying, oh, I was just trying to find some pants. You have any jeans? You have any whatever? And they would go like, okay, it's not that funny. So I said, well, look, you have me thinking the men's section. Tell me where the men's clothing is. I go to the men. So the women are this tall, the guys are this tall. Couldn't find anything. No problem. There are people who are expert seamstresses. Someone made me up something to wear for an event on the mountaintop, and then I had to destroy my Dana Buckman pants and walk around in those in the mud, but no problem. So we get up to the top of the mountain, and we're working with the indigenous people who have their very own language, which has to be translated into Spanish, which then has to be translated into English. And ultimately, they were trying to pronounce my name, and my name is Valda. And somehow the V sound does not work everywhere in the world. You know that? Some people use the W or something else. But V is not a sound that's always there. So they kept trying to work with my name, those little 2 syllables, and they couldn't get it right. So ultimately, they decided that what they would call me was Grande. You know, I don't know about you, but I've been to Starbucks before, and I know what that means. I didn't think it was very nice. But for 4 straight days, they would just say, Grande, hola, ¿cómo está? Fine, I'm just fine. Thank you very much.